I'm Genesis.
I'm Bug.
This is...
Let's see how this goes. He's very yelly. This is Kobe. We went to Comic-Con today.
Yes, we did. We just got back not that long ago.
I probably shouldn't have kissed him.
Probably washed him maybe first.
But I love Kirby. Yes, Genesis took the umbrella from my smoothie and brought it home.
For this video, we would comment or react to this article written by Best Life.
Yeah.
Which is something Junebug stumbled upon.
What it was we've gotten some comments lately on our biggest video, which is how big is our age gap. And they were nice comments. It's not like they were like, ugh. And we hit 5,000 views on that. It's probably up slightly, like by 5 more now, but I was like, dang, what a milestone for us. None of our other videos are even close, but just that one. And so we thought, well, I know there's like couples tags like with questions. I'm like, is there one specific for age gap couples? Maybe. So I just looked up like things only age gap couples would know, or age gap couple questions. We want to see, like, are these actually true? Was it an age gap person who wrote this?
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Did they talk to anyone with age gaps, or did they just assume? So let's see.
Okay.
If you want to read the article, obviously you could see it on the screen, yada yada. So, number 1.
Social stigma wear you down. We don't really experience this.
Granted, like I said, we're not famous. That's why I mentioned that at the beginning, because I saw this first one. It's not like a lot of people know who we are. But there is the stigma, I guess, a little bit, from our families. Mainly mine. But I remember telling, because I forget that it's not common knowledge to everyone. Like, my former coworker, she said, oh, wait, how old's your husband? Like, what's the age gap between you? And I said, 12 years, he's 31 or 32, or however you are at the time. And she was, like, choking on her spit, like, laughing in shock. She's like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Like,
thanks, lady.
it was not the nicest. There's been worse.
Yeah, so I guess that's something that you would see more than me.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever made a comment to me.
You read.
Your mental age is more important than your chronological age. I'd say absolutely. Probably one of the most important things, because if you don't match mentally, then
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to match too well in a relationship. I think that's why we work so well.
Yeah. I think that's what people finally realize with why, like, what do you see in them? Like, we click.
We do. I think we click pretty well.
But also, that just makes sense with any relationship.
Yeah,
You could be the same age, but someone could act like they're 12.
Yeah, mental age is more important than your chronological age.
Unless they're underage, don't do that. Then it totally matters their chronological age.
Yes, but yeah, I feel like this could be true for couples who are the same age. Number 3.
The older you are, the easier it gets. We might need to read a bit more on this one.
Right.
Research has found that the age gap between a 20-year-old and a 40-year-old can cause more issues than the gap between, say, a 50-year-old and a 70-year-old. The theory is that this is due to the vast gulf in life stages among the former group. If one person still wants to go out all the time, and the other is in a phase of life where he or she wants to spend more time at home, this can cause problems. Those potential issues diminish with age, however. That's true. Granted, I've never been like, well, let's go to the club.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
I've never been like the young party girl, and I don't think I ever will be.
Which I think ties back into number 2. Like, if
Yeah.
you're both on the same wavelength, then, like, I'm sure that couples who aren't similar, like, if one wants to go out and party all the time and the other one wants to stay home, like...
Even if you're the same age.
Yeah, it's not too much of an issue as long as there's trust in the relationship.
Number 4.
It's best not to think about it too much.
Are they talking about the gap?
I think so.
User wrote of her husband, 12 years her senior.
I agree with that, only because, like, yes, I was 30, you were 18 when we first met.
Now 22 and 34.
Yes.
Math.
Yes, I came in. When we first started hanging out, I tried not to think about it too much because for me it was it was a struggle to come to terms with. But
Yeah, he really liked me.
I did. That's why I want to spend time with you. But like,
It was harder for you.
Yeah, you being 18, I don't know. It was a big turn off. Like,
But now as we've grown together, have gotten older together these past 4 years, like, I forget that you're older than me.
yeah. All right, number 5.
Older doesn't mean wiser. That is preach.
Because I'm dumb and she's smart, so I think
That's not what I meant.
I think that's what that means. Just because I'm older doesn't make me smarter. I am not smarter, at all.
Number 6. Oh,
Sexual differences matter.
can we read more into this?
Do you want to read more into it?
I can't because I'm not quite sure. 9 years older than her, and everything is great except for his decreasing libido. Oh, I'm now at the age that he was when we first met. I'm 31. I feel like I'm in my prime, but we just don't get to do it like we did when he was 31.
Yeah.
This is a common issue with couples and, May-December relationships. But she also wrote that she would, 10 out of 10 would do it despite that, because he's a great husband and father. After all, it's not all about the sex, and that tends to go downhill for most couples after a while anyway. Well, it's honest.
My takeaway from this is just to be open with your partner, be honest with your partner, and if that's something you both can't come to terms with or agree on, then maybe look. Number 7.
It's not so different from a traditional relationship. Of course not. No.
Yeah.
Granted, this is the best relationship I've ever had, hence why I married him. But, like, it's not. Go on dates.
Yeah.
You flirt. Now we take out the trash and stuff. Number 8.
It can make you feel younger. Sure.
In a sense.
We're both.
I think it depends on how old they are and the gap when people get together. It did make me feel younger when everyone was like, you're too young, you're stupid and young. So I'm like, okay.
Does it make me feel younger? I mean, we don't really do stuff that makes, that's rowdy, rambunctious. Like, we're mostly homebodies. We do go out on dates and stuff, but it's not like we're out, riding bikes, dirt bikes, or we're, ziplining down hills or anything. Kids' question could be an issue, I think.
Number 9, yeah.
Yeah, number 9.
Again, it also depends on the couple.
Yeah, this isn't specifically an age gap thing.
Yeah. But I can understand how it could be more of an age gap thing. Mm-hmm. Like, if they're a lot older and, I had a teacher who married someone who was the same age as his eldest child.
Yeah. I was thinking more along the lines of...
That could be awkward, and if they want the kids and then...
if we have kids, I don't want to be 65 when they finally graduate high school.
There's stuff like that.
I want to be able to, have energy and, do things with our kid without me being, geriatric.
I think that's one of the bigger make or breaks.
Of a relationship, yeah.
Age gap relationships. Even regular ones.
That's what I think. I think the kids thing is definitely one of the, the biggest issue.
Number 10.
It's easier to date an older man.
Based on my experience, hell yeah.
Okay.
It feels horrible to admit, but studies have shown that women are happier with older male partners than the other way around. The theory behind this is that from an evolutionary perspective, women are more prized for their looks, which are thought to decrease with age, whereas men are valued more for their resources, which typically increase as they get older. That's not what I was drawn to with you. It was your beauty.
Number 11.
Women who marry older men aren't necessarily troubled. Preach! I ain't got daddy issues. I like my dad. But I don't have issues. I just like this guy. I love him. Yeah, I would say so. I think that could be a stereotype too, oh, she's just a gold digger. Why must they always be a gold digger? Or why must they have issues? Why am I a troubled youth? Why can't I just like you?
I'm trying to think, would it be more true to say women are troubled in more age gap couples than, couples their same
I've known plenty of couples that are messed up and they're the same age. Don't matter.
So it just could be our lack of exposure, maybe. Maybe.
12.
Doing new things together is important. I don't think this is a age gap thing. I think this is a couples thing, definitely.
Why don't I just like doing new things with you? I feel safer having a person I love and trust doing new things with me. Yeah, I don't think that's just a...
Definitely not an age gap thing, I think. Number 13.
There's truth to the old rule. What?
I don't know what the old rule is.
Okay, you know the saying that if you want to know if someone is old enough to date, divide their age in half and add 7 years?
Oh, yeah. I guess the most important thing is, I will say this rule does matter as long as that mathematics makes the other person older than 18, or 18 and older.
14.
It's harder on women who are older than their partner.
I don't have experience with this.
I don't know it either. I can only see this being a real issue is if she is ready for children, needs to have children before her biological clock runs out, and he's not ready.
Oh.
That's...
But then that's a sign maybe they shouldn't be together.
Number 15.
You're in the minority. Yeah.
So?
But, honestly, not as minority as I thought. Since joining the onlines.
Community?
Yeah. There's a lot of age gap couples out there. It just varies per gap.
Yeah.
I would say we're on the lower end of age gaps. For that community.
Yeah. So are we in the minority? Yeah.
It's not as small as you think, though.
So technically they are right. And I guess I'm okay with that. Because I'm in the minority, I'm not about to break up a relationship for it.
No. 16.
The stereotypes are really unkind. I'm not really sure what the stereotypes are. I feel like you have more experience with this than I do.
Or it's that the women are generally troubled if they're the younger ones, or that they're gold diggers, or just with them for the money, just with them for the looks, just a trophy lady, or that's a trophy husband, or just waiting for them to die.
Thanks. Number 17.
You have to ignore the haters. I did. It's called my family. No.
I guess that's true to a point. As long as the haters don't include, your close friends and family, then yeah, if it's some random person.
But they were.
Well, not your friends.
No.
They were pretty for me. So after a certain point, you have your close friends and family close for a reason, because they're people that you can trust and confide in.
But yeah, totally ignore random people.
Yeah. If anybody has a problem with you in a relationship that you are comfortable in, and I'd consider confidants are okay, and then who cares what they think?
18.
I always ignore the haters. Empathy is key. Again, I don't think this is an age gap thing.
Yeah.
I think this is a relationship in general thing. You should always be empathetic and sympathetic towards your partner.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cruise past that one because that one was easy. Nailed it. Number 19.
The age gap could work in your favor? If that's the person for you, yeah, I'd say that's very favorited for you. You find your person. 20.
You might not get each other's references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not drastic by any means. You don't get Drake and Josh or SpongeBob.
No, we had a Halloween party with some of her friends who are definitely...
Your friends, too.
Well, they're definitely closer to your age, and you guys were talking about, I think, childhood toys. And I'm like, yeah, really. No, all those things are.
Like the commercials. We didn't necessarily have the things, we're just talking about the commercials.
Yeah, I think when you asked, what kind of toys did you have when you were a kid? I was like, we had light brights.
We like those.
Yeah. It's about the only thing I can remember. Easy bake ovens, maybe.
Yeah.
Number 21.
Having common interests is key. Well, duh, for anyone.
Yeah, that's definitely not an age gap thing. That's an every couple thing.
Just because you're the same age doesn't mean it's gonna work. 22.
You have to have a sense of humor about it. I think that's
I
a
guess.
sense of humor about the age gap thing. I think you just have to have a sense of humor in general. Like anybody that takes themselves too seriously is problematic in my book. You got to be able to laugh. You got to be able to have a good sense of humor. Number 23.
It's not an easy decision. For me, it was.
I'd say I would agree that it's not an easy decision. Before I asked Junebug out, I called some friends and family to see how they felt about me dating an 18-year-old. So it's not something that I just jumped right into. It's something that I consulted some people with. And,
I'm like, let's go for it. But
well, yeah, I'm so fantastic.
24.
But it could be the best one you ever make.
Like best decision.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, it was.
So far, yeah, I think that's true for us both. It is the best decision we've ever made. Is it an age gap couple thing?
No.
No.
Hopefully, I wish that all your partners, all your people's, your partner is the one for you.
Yeah. Number 25.
At the end of the day, the age gap doesn't matter. Preach.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the main things I got, like, we'd barely been dating a few months, like, you know he's gonna die sooner than you. I'm like, thanks, Grandma. But, you could go at any time. I could go next year from a disease.
Yeah.
And no idea, nothing to do with the age gap.
Yeah, especially with the pandemic right now. Like, I feel like
Car accident, mauled by a bear.
Yeah, no future is really certain.
That's why it doesn't matter. Unless you're under 18, then it matters.
Very much so. I do agree that at the end of the day, the age gap doesn't matter. As long as you are fulfilled in the relationship with the person that you chose to spend your life with, it's all that matters.
And it's consensual.
And it's consensual. That's like,
Just because they're over 18 doesn't make sure it's consensual.
yeah, consensual, of age, and fulfillment. I'd say 3 major things. I guess in any relationship.
We did it. Well, that is the video. We're done.
We'll see you next week.
Bye. Bye-bye.